Welcome back, boys. We're at the top of the shop. Little airplane up here. And we're getting the shit all cleaned up. Get ready to put an office up here. Got one of my workers here. He's cleaning up everything, organizing everything. So all of this will be going downstairs. Some of it getting thrown out. This is staying up here because I don't know how to get this down. So yeah, today we'll be assembling the Great National motor, but for right now we're just doing this, trying to get this all cleaned out, ready to get done. I'll end up building a wall right there and closing this whole area. Probably putting in a projector here, painting this all black. Maybe building this out. But I don't know. Only the future can tell. I'll show y'all once we're done, and then we'll start working on the motor, getting that all tidied up, finished up. All right, boys, so this is a spare block I got a long while ago for really cheap. So I just picked it up, and I just realized the engine builder, I accidentally left the oil feed block and this sensor on the motor, and he didn't end up returning it. So I'm gonna just pull these off real quick so we can slap them on the new motor. Going to clean them up before putting them on also. But yeah, this is for your feed line, and that's your oil pressure sensor. So hoping that still works. If not, then I'll just replace the sensor whenever we get to it. Alrighty, so this sensor's off. I don't know exactly what this sensor is for. And then we got the oil feed block off with the oil pressure sensor. So we're going to go clean these and then stick them on the motor. All right, boys, so we got the oil feed block on, the oil pressure sensor on, and now we are going to install the cam sync sensor. So what we have to do is already took out cylinder 1 spark plug. So I'm going to rotate the engine until I'm on the compression side of cylinder 1. I want it at top dead center, and then I should be able to drop down the cam sync sensor and we should be good. Some people go 0.25 retarded from top dead, but a lot of people are saying just do it at top dead and you can correct from there with your ECU. Due to the fact that I can't turn the motor over without the harmonic balancer on because it's just tightening up the main bolt. So I have to put the harmonic balancer on, but the harmonic balancer I have is an OEM one that's already been drilled for weight, but it wasn't drilled for weight when this motor was built because I didn't give him it. So I'm assuming the motor is internally balanced, but I have to figure that out first, because if it is, it might change up what harmonic balancer I can use. So honestly, I'm just waiting for him to get back to me. All right, boys, so we got the AC compressor on, but I'm gonna pull it off and paint it because it looks terrible if everything else painted. And we got the power steering on. We got the, I guess you could call this the adapter. So this allows you to relocate your oil filter underneath the bumper, so it's easy to change. You don't even have to jack up the car. And then these are so that you can have external oil cooler. And then we got the block on. This isn't tight because I need to get the turbo on and then tighten it to where I need it to go, because it'll be like, well, bam. And then, yeah, we're just waiting on the engine builder still to let me know whether this was internally or externally balanced. I'm assuming internally because he never gave me a flywheel or harmonic balancer with it. So I'm assuming, hoping it was internally, because if not, I don't really know what to do. All right, boys, we're done for today. We're going to let these cure overnight. All right, boys, we just got in and a lot of the parts just got here. So let me show y'all what came in. So we got the EGR block off plate, 3-to-3 coupler for the intercooler, because I was just going to return the original ones, but I would have spent more in shipping than if I would have just bought that. That was $10 on Amazon. We got the fuel lines. We got the harness. We got the ECU there. We got the actuator there, and just a little bit of other things like ignition coils and stuff like that. You know, plates for the ignition coil. So everything has finally came in. So what we are going to do is we're going to paint this black so it matches, and then also all the other parts that were drying are all done. I just took the tape off. Looks way better. This I'm gonna spray again because for some reason it's running. Don't know why, hoping it's going to grab. If not, that's whatever. But yeah, we're going to get this painted up. So alrighty, so the idler pulley is all painted up, power steering all painted up, EGR block off all painted up, and the bolts all painted up. So I'm just gonna let them dry while I work on this over here, taking out the old fuel lines. That is the return. So I gotta disconnect it from there, pull the line out, and so on and so forth. Just go all throughout it. Then the feed line goes through the rail, comes over here, goes all the way back. You can see the filter right there. So yeah, I'm gonna just pull all these lines out real quick and I'll update y'all. Okay, just to give y'all a little tech tip, this is your vapor line. This is your return line. Your return line is the smaller one of the two. You can see the size difference. This is going, the thicker one's going to run to your charcoal canister. You don't need to pull that whenever you're doing the full fuel lines, unless you're doing a whole different setup. But for me, I'm just leaving it how it is. It works, so I'm leaving it. Also, all you have to do is just unscrew this, pull this tab out. It's a two-piece, so you're just going to pull this tab out and then bend it, pull the line out, rebend it, screw it in. That's all you're doing. It's straightforward, and it's like that for all of them. So just follow it all the way back and you'll be good. All right, so just to give y'all an example, it's going to be a little bit harder in this area. This one's a two-piece, so you're going to lift this tab first. Lift that tab and then pull this tab down. And then you're going to pull the bottom line out from it. Doesn't matter if you bend it or anything because you're not putting it back in. And then just close this because, oh, I put it on back. I closed it backwards. So you want to put this how it is, back how it is. You can, because the fuel lines will be ran through the driver's side, because that's what they're made and cut for, a shorter distance. They're not cut to go through the longer side. So pretty straightforward. You're just going to run them through your driver's side. You'll have enough space on your driver's side, so it'll be fine. And then what I found best to work in this area is just 13 wrench. Start from here and just go with it. If you can fit the flex head on it, better, but I couldn't fit it, so we just used the opening. And you'll get to a point where it's just too long to really manage. So unless you want to resell them, which I really don't give a damn about reselling them, someone can just make their own, just snip them so that it's more manageable and you're not having this smack you in the head. All right, so for these super confined spaces, you're going to want to use, I tried every single recipe of setups. What I found best that worked was a quarter with a long, and just break it loose with this. All right, boys, so that was the worst one to do. And then to get it out from here, I don't understand how you could do it without dropping the actual frame of the car. So I cut it in all sorts of pieces. And then back here, you will have this plate, which will be bolted up right there, and right there. And there'll be 11mm nuts, which you can undo just by putting a socket on the extension and releasing it by hand. You shouldn't need any tools to really remove that. And then you're going to drop down this piece, which was right there, bolt right there, same 13mm. And then you're going to open up this latch and you're going to pull off the return, which is the small one. And then we're going to work on the feed line, which is, if I'm not mistaken, this one right here. Okay, so I just realized there's no way to get it out from here, so I'm going to have to end up snipping it because there's another bracket holding it right there. So the only real way to get to that is dropping the whole body from the car, so definitely not doing that. So, and also the same thing with the feed line. There's one right there, which you won't be able to get, obviously, because the car's sitting on top of the frame. So yeah, just snip them. Or if you want to just leave them in there, you honestly can leave them in there. You just have to remove most of the fuel pressure side, because this has to come out to run the new lines. Okay, so these two, this is your feed, this is your return. This is not what you would think would be the feed, due to the fact that it's on the left side, so you would assume this line is running that way, but it's not. It's actually looping and turning towards the passenger side. I don't know why they did it like this. Definitely doesn't make sense, but as you can tell, it's the feed line, you can tell it's turning towards the left. And I'll put up a picture now. You guys can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. Okay, so when you guys are doing the fuel side, the feed side, when you go to loosen this, it's going to just twist this whole line. So if you still have it in this, leave it, because it'll probably hold it from twisting. But in my case, I did that a while ago and I don't have that bolt. So we're just going to snip. And for this one right here, this one was a real pain in the butt to get to. I used a MIDI socket, swivel, and a 3-inch extension, and it worked perfectly. You can probably switch up the size and stuff, but that MIDI is probably going to be the only one that you can get on there. You might be able to get away with a short, but I know a long socket won't work. Okay, so right here was the worst, because you have this on the frame and you can't get to it no matter what. So what I had to do was I loosened it from here, cut it from here, pulled it out from the front, and then what I did was I chiseled, because this will be your rustiest part of the fuel line, because it's stuck in this corner right here, just getting a whole bunch of water on it. So what I did was I took a flathead hammer and I chiseled away at it. And I just broke it in half, pulled that piece from this side, which was, I don't know where it went, but I think, yeah, it was this one. Right here. So I chiseled at it, cut it in half, dropped it, and then I was able to pull the rest out. So now there's no fuel line. I'm going to put all the brackets back and start to install the new lines. All right, good news, boys. So I was able to fully remove the feed line for the fuel. I used a bunch of, so this is the one that I used for the 13 that is right here. You're able to grab it with the open head and release it. You can't use the closed end because it's too thick. It's going to just hit the fuel line whenever you go to, so this is it. So whenever you go to put it on, it's too big, so it's going to hit there. Then for the other side, I used a closed end. Now it has to be a skinny closed end, And it literally just goes right here. Pull it, it's breaking loose. And honestly, after you turn it a couple times, you should be able to just take it off by hand. So what I'm going to work on now is removing this fully, the return side, which the last bolt is just right in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can. Right there. So I'm gonna remove that bolt real quick. Not real quick, it's probably gonna be a pain. Now I'll update y'all how I removed that one. All right, so we got all the old fuel lines out. They're fully out. For this bolt, I did not take it out all the way. I don't know if you guys can see. No, because the flash isn't on. But I didn't take the bolt out all the way, because if I would have, yeah, I put some light on so that you guys can see. I did not take that bolt out all the way. I left it in some, because if I would have taken it out all the way, there would have been no way of getting that bolt back out. So I loosened it a little bit and then slowly just put some PB blaster on it, pulled from the top, bent it, pulled from the top, bent it, pulled, bend, pull, bend. And she came out as a U. All right, boys, so we got the fuel lines, well, the feed line ran. So this will go right here, just like stock, and then connect to the pump. And then we got it running just like factory. Through there, right there, you guys can see it through there, right here, fill filter right through here, just like factory, up. I didn't run it through here because I don't think I can fit it in here. I tried, didn't work. But anyways, I just put it in through there, and she's right there. So far, so good. So I'll leave it, I won't tighten it down or anything until I have the motor in, so I can actually see where I need more length and where I don't. So if I gotta shorten it, so I'll pull it back. But if I need more length, I'll pull it forward, because I don't know exactly where it's supposed to be. So yeah. And then this is the return side, but this isn't all of the return side, obviously. They're sending me another package with the rest of the return. It just didn't fit in the box. So yeah, that is all settled. And so now we got some time left. That looks good. So I guess we'll start putting on all the accessories on the motor, because this is all dry. Yeah, all these are dry. That came out fire. Got a little bit of wrinkle on her, but it's fine. So yeah, let's get these on the motor. Got the AC compressor on, the alternator on, idler putty on. All right, boys, so we're going to end it here. Happy Sunday, because I'll be releasing this on Sunday. And I'll see you soon. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.